Like that? Yeah? Good! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie B. Today I'm going to show you 5 exercises that you should be doing to give yourself that nice full-size chest. A lot of people go in and out of the gym wondering why they can't build their chest. It's because they're not hitting the specific exercises to fill out that upper, the middle, and lower. So today I'm going to give you those exercises so you can really strengthen, put on some size, and not only that, have that nice breasts so you're looking good wearing them tank tops when the summer comes. So enough talking, let's jump into this workout. So you guys ready? Let's get it. Moving on to our first exercise is the bench press. This compound movement is a great way of putting on nice solid strength and size to that chest. But keep in mind when doing the bench press, it's the form that matters. A lot of people do it and they're wondering why they're not really getting that nice contraction to the chest and they feel it more on the shoulders. Is because of the positioning that you are. 1, you probably have your elbows too positioned now, which you need to fix, and 2, you need to keep those shoulder blades pinched back. So to keep that in mind, pretend you have a pencil in between your scaps and you're pinching your shoulder blades back as hard as possible. That's the way that you're going to isolate and keep the focus on the chest at all times. So moving on to our second exercise is the incline dumbbell press. I prefer the dumbbells rather than the barbell specifically for this exercise is because for the range of motion. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, when using the barbell, you have a limitation from when you're going all the way down. That barbell's going to touch the top of the chest. But when you use a dumbbell, it gives you more of a free motion so you can get those couple of inches of stretch for those pectoral muscles and you can contract as much as you can all the way at the top. But keep in mind when doing this exercise also, especially because you're in an incline, you can really engage your shoulders. So I really need you, again, to contract those shoulder blades back, squeeze, and keep that tension on your chest at all times throughout this entire motion from rep 1 all the way to whatever rep that you're going on to. Have that mind-muscle connection. So moving on to our third exercise, the decline dumbbell pullover. This is one of the only exercises that works opposing muscle groups at the same time, referring to the chest and the back. So to begin this movement, it involves holding a dumbbell directly overhead. So I recommend you to start with a lightweight first to get comfortable with the movement, and then you can start adding weight as you get better with this exercise. Because I've gone into the gym plenty of times and seen people using and doing this exercise, but they're doing it completely wrong. 1, either they're grabbing some heavy weight and they're just jerking it all the way up and all the way down, and 2, they're bending their elbows, which giving more tension to the tricep. We want to keep that tension on the chest and the chest at all times. So I need you to really have that mind-muscle connection throughout this exercise. Not only that, I recommend you also to have a spotter just for the fact that it is dangerous to have the weight over your face. So just in case you can't lift it, someone is there to help you out throughout this entire exercise. So moving on to our fourth exercise, the Incline Kettlebell Flies. So for those that's never done or even seen this exercise before, I'm going to break it down for you. I prefer the kettlebells rather than the dumbbells because of the tension on the chest at all times. I'm not breaking down and saying the dumbbells aren't a good exercise, no. But for me, I like the tension to stay on the chest at all times. And when you're at that first position, when the dumbbells is right above your face, you're at a rest period. So the tension is off. The only time the tension is on is when you're at that second position all the way at the bottom and getting that stretch. But when I've used the kettlebells, the gravity for the kettlebells being on the outside of the palm, the tension stays on at all times because you feel the gravity dragging that weight down. So it's like using the cables. There's resistance at all times when you're at the top and when you're at that bottom. And that's exactly what you want to do when doing this exercise. You want to get the amount out of each rep throughout each set and have that tension on it the entire time. Last but not least, we're moving on to our fifth exercise, the cable flies. This is a great way to end your routine. Why? Because it's going to hit all the extra muscle fibers in your chest that you didn't hit throughout the other exercises you were doing throughout this routine. So for those that know 21s, that's targeting the bicep. Well, I created my own version of 21s focusing on the chest. So I'm going to do 7 reps targeting the lower part of the chest, 7 reps targeting the middle part of the chest, and then 7 reps targeting the upper. If you want that nice solid full-size chest, you have to hit all heads. But keep in mind when using the cables, remember, keep those shoulder blades pinched back, because it can easily be that your shoulders are being engaged and you don't want that. You won't want the tension to be in the shoulders. You want it to be in your chest at all times. So remember to keep that mind muscle connection, those shoulder blades nice and tight, and nice slow control reps. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my video. The next time you go to the gym, throw these exercises into your next routine. But before you do these exercises, remember, focus on the part that you're lacking. So you don't want to focus too much on the upper if that's your main and that's your strength. If your weak point is the lower chest, then you want to do more exercises that focus on the lower, and then vice versa, if the middle or the top. So you want to have a plan on the lacking parts and focus on those specific parts to grow and really thicken out that nice chest. So again, hit that notification button so you know when our next video comes out. It's your boy Reggie B. Like my video, subscribe to my video so your boys can be back. And if you do that, I'll be real proud of you.